You don't give a damn about who hungry. Because everywhere I go, still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, agua gone up. Everywhere I go, still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Yeah. On your manifesto too I see housing you with first priority, agriculture, fishery and water. Still today them things is a failure. In the market too vendor pending, whole day in the sun nothing selling. That's why everywhere I go still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, agua gone up. Everywhere I go, I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Yeah. Good Lord, good God. When NDC for sell out Grintel, you said vote for me, things will get well. But now under them we catching hell. Time to straighten that brother Mitchell. We can't even owe them a penny. They cut him the current and food daily. That's why everywhere I go, I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, agua gone up. Everywhere I go, still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Yeah. Good God, la-di-do-yi, oh-la, oh-la-yi. Prostitution here going at high speed. AIDS and crime too is the next stampede. Soon the women will have to stay home and dead. To make channel they can't afford hospital bed. We land to foreigners you keep selling. And if the native squad that you breaking. That's why everywhere I go still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, agua gone up. Everywhere I go still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Yeah. Oh, la-di-do. Good God. Hey, la-di-do.
Well, yes.
It's me trouble man again. It's a chunk of lyrics I have for the wicked. I was so amazed when Joan and me saw me on the stage. Then tell me with rage. Free school books they promise we. Up to now that I cannot see. I really believe them boys fool me. Cause right now is now hungry. The people want change, but now they get changed. They find the change strange. They want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying now evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, them fellas don't shit. Down in the toilet, better do it quick. Expo man do it, flush them out. Give barrel, them say at free will, but I can see still, me they out to kill. I have 6 children home to mine, I can pay bills since I would crying. 2 weeks scratch program I did mine, but right now, no work I can find. Oh my God, the people want change, but now they get changed. They find the change strange, they want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying out evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now, I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, the fellas don't shit. Down in the toilet, better do it quick. Expo man don't need to flush them out. The money must leave, in green they believe. Let's kill them as fleas, revenge we must achieve. Even poor people keep give good free, but that them make really want money. If that's proper transparency, oh my God, bring back Jonah for we. Oh my God, the people want change, but now they get changed. They find the change strange, they want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying now evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now, I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, them fellas don't shit. Down in the toilet, better do it quick. Expo man don't eat, flush them out. Oh my God. We find no money inside the treasury. What new car I see, them driving daily. They know damn well they would not do better. They like the whole of Grenada. Sooner them Judas get power, no pension for grandma and grandpa. Oh my God, the people want change, but now they get changed. They find the change strange. They want things arranged. The same set shouting out for yellow, them crying now evermore. I really want the Jonah to go, but right now I'm sorry for sure. Oh my God, them fellas don't shit. Down in the toilet, better do it quick. Expo man don't it, flush them out. Oh my God, oh my God.
So will someone try and tell me what is happening? Because yet them politicians keep preaching for the poor ones they are fighting, but not such a thing. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones down. And the wages, like it's mason men that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day when I make a pass by the shop, I can see the price keep going up on the poor ones back. And the wages, like the basement that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Of the poor ones, I would not like to see it in the interest of the rich ones. Because they is the one I see keep on owning, while the poor ones keep on grunting, suffering and dying. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones side. And the riches, like it's basement that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me. Because every day, when I make a pass by the shop, I could see the price keep going up on the poor ones side. And the riches, like it's basement that believe, and like no one they can break it, so they condemn me.
Good night to you, Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Once again, it is time for Talking Points. My name's Sheldon Scott. I'm here with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Yeah, not 100% tonight, you know. Yeah, telling all you earlier. Good night to you, the Talking Points family. Exalia, I saw you today. You didn't see me, but I saw you today, huh? Yes, I saw you with mommy passing by the terminal today. So good night to you, Exalia. Zayla, good night. And of course, Zoe, good night to you. To all of you out there on the YouTube, we say a special, glorious Grenadian good night to you. Carl Jones, good night to you. Gemma Warwood, Charmaine, Gentle, Carib Spice. Let me just pause on that there. Nice, right? Yeah, Carib Spice. Miriam Samuel, I think you're still out there in London. Special good night to you. Jacinta, well, it's actually nearly morning there. Miriam, it was easy, you know. Jacinta Livingston, Janice Mitchell, Faithlin Hallie Douglas, Phyllis Mitchell, Kathleen Ledlow, Shrajan John, Jenny Samuel, Dominic Leroy, Michelle Alexander, Jenny Samuel, did I just say that? Yeah, I said that one. Baby Daddy, and Alban Harris, Sherma Jeremiah, Cynthia Bartholomew, Anne-Marie Celestine Grant, Anne Andrews, Errol Bonaparte, Hilary Joseph, Deborah Laborde, Stephanie John, you went home circus, saw your husband the other day. And of course, Faithlin Hallie Douglas, Adrian Watts, Nancy Peters, Sky, Matthew Boyne, Anna Lewis, Jerome Lewis, Good Life, Chief Camahon, Gavin Thomas, Gavin, yeah, you know, right, nice. Jacinta Alms, Clive Raymond, Kathleen Knights, Alan Jones, Christine Otley, Angie, all right, Gosville Macmillan, Anastasia Peterson, Alan Jones, special good night to your wife, because I realize I call you, I call Zoe, I don't call you, I must call all three, yes. Anastasia Peterson, Lona Lolo Williams, Earl Benjamin, Roy, hey, Jack Kitman, good night to you, bro. Marlon Panchu, good night. And of course, let me see who is over on the Facebook. And on the Facebook, we have Carol Celestine, Jocelyn Madison, Ingrid Bourne, and Michael Ventu, Dennis Fabio, Davis Charles, Bernadette Ramsey, adorable Kathy Gilbert Levine, good night, my cousin, Bev Jackson, Rodney Barry, Sean Batiste, Charmaine Thomas, Betty Murray Ventor, Patsy Budd, good night to you, Lynn Joseph, Henisha Johnson, good night, and let me see, Claude Abraham, Ann Salandi, Yvonne Courtney, Lona Williams, Bev Jackson, good night, Sean St. John, Yolan Moraine, Miranda Francique, Ruth Thomas, Devon Romaine, yeah, comrade. Good night, bro. Crystal Theodore. Yeah, Crystal, let's keep the live lively. Linda George. Good night, you. Linda, yeah, you realize what's going on here. Charmaine Ragba Singh. And Leo, Enid Decoto, Sparkles Mason, Bernadette Joseph, Enid Decoto, McLean Mitchell, Cicely, Aldit. What going on, girl? Long time. Yes, Aldit, Velma Pascal, and Velma, right, the other Velma, nice, right. Junior George, our Junior George, and the other Junior George, they right. And Yvette Wells, Lorna Allen, and Enid Decoto, yeah, I called you out already, right? Yeah, so I think I cover everybody there. Of course, Joyce, I know I'm going to see the message from you just now. By the time I finish read that, I'll see the message from you. So a special good night to each and every one of you. All right, nice, beautiful.
Most time I just vex, cause I know I see what's happening. And yet still want some of my people left behind them as dogs begging. They cannot see how the vampire society keep on sucking me just because of money. Because every day when I pick up past by the shop, I can see the price keep going up.
So I see once again our Prime Minister has added to his frequent flyer miles. I think, where's he gone now? He's gone to Cuba, I think, yeah. He's in Havana, Cuba. See, Prime Minister Honorable Deacon Mitchell leaves the country today, Thursday, 14th of September, 2023, to attend the Group of 77 G77 and China Summit in Havana, Cuba. The two-day high-level meeting will officially start tomorrow, Friday, 15th, and end on Saturday, 16th, 2023. The Prime Minister will join other Caribbean heads of government and several world leaders to discuss the theme, the current challenges of development, role of science and technology, and innovation. Prime Minister Mitchell is scheduled to return on Sunday, the 17th of September 2023. Minister of Finance, Honorable Dennis Cornwall, has been appointed to act as Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister Mitchell. Yeah. Adding to his frequent flyer miles. Good night to all the listeners of 91.9, 91.5 Real FM. All listeners out there in Carriacou, Max and Francis. Up there in Petit Martinique, Shermai. Up there in Petit Martinique. The whole Petit Martinique squad, yeah. Friends and family, all.
This is something coming from the man of truth, better known as the man African teller.
Every day when I go in the shop, I see the price of the goods going up on the poor man back. So yeah, once again, Prime Minister, traveler again, boy. Yeah. I have a song for him, Yeah, I think I'll drop another African teller here. Let me drop a teller for him. I have this teller here. I'll drop this one for him.
Mr. Politician, please tell me where the honesty that you promised we. Like you forget when you were campaigning, you said you will cut back on everything, but now you get power, I can see. You don't give a damn about who hungry, because everywhere I go still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying. And everywhere I go still I could see poor man falling, poor man crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, aqua gone up. Everywhere I go still I could hear poor man falling, poor man crying.
Yeah, that's a true story, huh?
Everywhere I go I could see poor man falling.
Devin James, good night to you. Ivor Holas, Alban Harris, Wendy Telesford, Abraham Pope, Jakeem Williams, Eliza Bernard, Kathy Pope, Kathy Albert.
On your manifesto too I see housing you in first priority.
Yeah, saying special good night to each and every one of you, my good friends Patricia and Matthew out there in Canada, and of course, yeah, my good friend Ian out there in Canada. I know he's locked in each and every night. Yeah.
Whole day in the sun, nothing selling.
All listeners out there in North Carolina, all listeners in Maryland, because we tend to always think that it's just Brooklyn. No, it's not just New York and New York State and Brooklyn and so on. Yeah, you know. We've got all listeners in North Carolina. We've got all listeners out there in Maryland, in Washington, D.C. and so on. Those of you down there in Florida and other Caribbean islands, yeah. We're saying a special good night to all of you.
And everywhere I go, still I could see. Oh man, Pauline.
Harrow, yes, I see you reach Cynthia Paris, Raphael Williams. I see you as well.
Good God.
And folks, let's start it, huh? Yeah, because we already crossed the magic number. Yesterday, I did mention, because we did see somebody, either real or imagined, under the live as the Minister of Housing. And here, on Talking Points last night, we did pose several questions of national importance that ought to be asked of the Minister of Housing. Because as far as we know, there is supposed to be a press conference tomorrow. Yeah, let me just pull up something, so I'll get back to that.
Everywhere I go, still I could see. Oh man, Pauline. Oh man, crying. Because rice and peas gone up, sugar and cheese gone up, flour and butter gone up, potato, agua gone up. Everywhere I go, still I could hear. Oh man, Pauline. Oh man, crying. And everywhere I go, still I could see. Oh man, Pauline. Oh man, crying. Yeah. Good God. Lani doi. Oh, Eli. Oh, Eli.
Yeah, so I was telling you yesterday, we were telling you because we were informed that there would be a press conference tomorrow. And in fact, this was the release that was sent out through the Government Information Service in relation to a press conference. And we told you this government tends to hide information. And because they're trying to hide information, they do their press conferences late on a Thursday or on a Friday. And they tend more to focus on a Friday because their belief is that there's no talking points on a Friday night. There definitely is no Simon Says. There's no Mosquito Man on a well, yeah, Mosquito comes on a Friday. But there's no classroom and people are focused. Usually, the average Grenadian, especially those younger Grenadians, are focused more on enjoyment as the weekend arrives. People who are working, they tend to take that time as rest and relaxation. So they may go have a drink somewhere down in the south of the island, wherever they go, they have a drink, they go get something to eat, or they hang out with friends and so, right? So on a Friday is what in the media we tended to call a dead news day. Because if something happens on that particular day, unless it's very, 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 very exciting or so, people tend to generally not know about it. Yeah, unless it's reported the following Monday or whatever. Now, that is the reason that this government, that's why they are holding their important press conferences and sending out their releases with information that they are hoping passes by without you noticing. They are doing that on a Friday, right? So they've sent out this notice in relation to a press conference. This notice was sent out yesterday in relation to a press conference to be held tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m., right? It is a press conference, as the last two lines says, the Government Information Services extends an information to the general public to join the live broadcast via GIS Channel 22, the GIS Facebook page, and GIS YouTube channel. So this, with Honorable Philip Telesford, who for some reason isn't acting as Prime Minister right now. They have, we go play a song just now, acting as Prime Minister, who is the Minister for Social and Community Development, Housing and Gender Affairs, Mr. Hugh Thomas, who is the Chairman of the Housing Authority of Grenada, Mrs. Giselle Charles, the Accountant at the Housing Authority of Grenada, Mr. Mark Paul, who is the Chief Technical Officer at the Housing Authority of Grenada, and Mrs. Nikel Beggs, Marketing and Customer Service Manager. All right, that's at, and assume that's at the Housing Authority of Grenada as well. The press release also says there that the key topics for discussion will include delinquency, recoveries and repairs for Phase 1 of the People's Republic of China and Grenada housing developments at Mount Gay, Frequentia and Soubise. I, on last night's program, did say that there are several other questions that the Grenadian people would like answered. One, when are the houses that have been completed by the Chinese, that the government say that they're retrofitting and so on, when is the start date for the distribution of those houses? People want to hear about that. Before they hear about it, they want to hear about that. Especially those people who are in dire need of those houses at this time. Right? So that's one. I also mentioned that there seems to be a situation as regards the building out of those cupboards and so on within those housing units, and that I'm querying whether those ready-made cabinets that are now being installed in the housing units, rather than having the Grenadians build out and that sort of thing to build a proper thing, they're installing ready-made now because they say they're not doing it fast enough. When these guys were licking down how much place in less than no time, but still they say they're not doing it fast enough, so they bought the ready-made. I want to know who, I believe that question should be asked, who did they procure those ready-made cabinets from? Right? Who did they procure those from? Who did they come from? And was the proper procurement procedure used in securing the persons or company or whoever procured those cabinets? Because there is a procurement act in the state of Grenada that needs to be followed, that I realize this government doesn't seem to care about, so they're just breaching the law and go ahead and do things. So I'm asking that question. The third question I was asking was in relation to my brothers and sisters out there in Carriacou, who were given houses, apartments, by the former administration and the former MP for Carriacou and Petit Martinique. In fact, someone who sits very comfortably within the arms of the National Democratic Congress now was there when these houses were being given out to various people in Carriacou. And even some from Petit Martinique. I think there were one or two from Petit Martinique that got houses down there as well, apartments down there. All these people had to do was go in and organize to put the electricity, pay the fees to put in the electricity and the water and so on, and the other utilities they might want to put in, internet and that sort of thing. They had to go and pay to put in those things because they now had the permission letter giving them permission to go to Flow or to go to Nawasa or go to Grenlec to put in the utilities that needed to be put in. Yeah, they were not yet given keys, as far as I know. They were given the permission. This is your apartment. This is the one you will have. Go and organize that. Some of these individuals actually started hire purchase with different companies. They bought furniture and utility utensils and so on for the new apartment that they believed they would have been in right now. They were supposed to be there already. Yeah? So they bought their utensils and some had things on hire purchase, and so family, because if you know how Carriacou people operate, family overseas actually shipped things down here because they were so glad that their family members had gotten apartments there in Carriacou, that they had shipped stuff down here for them to be able to get to use in a new apartment, only for this government to come in and take the apartments away from those people. So the other question was, what percentage of the people who were already approved for apartments there were getting back an apartment within that facility? Yeah? But it seems as though, coward as he is, the Honorable let me take out the Honorable, Mr. Philip Tillisford and the NDC administration have decided that they ain't going live with it again, because remember, someone called yesterday and they said on this program as well, they asked if they would be able to see it. I said, well, if you don't see it, then we would definitely make it available to you to see. So what they have done is they have sent out this morning, they sent out a release to the media saying that it's no longer going to be live. So let me just pull it up. No, I ain't just saying things here. You know when I say things, I like to show you and prove what I'm saying. So they have now decided that please be guided that the press conference with the Ministry of Social and Community Development and Gender Affairs and the Housing Authority of Grenada, scheduled for Friday, September 15, 2023, will not be broadcast live as previously stated. The briefing will be aired on GIS Channel 22 subsequently. You know why? Because Mr. Philip Tillisford and the NDC administration are a bunch of cowards. They are afraid that those questions come and they have to answer it. So what they are trying to do right now is ensure that they have the footage that they can then edit and air, so they could leave out what they want to leave out from it. So if that question is asked, one of those questions is asked, and they decide they don't want to answer or they fumble on an answer, they're just going to cut that out. They're not going to show you the full, because there is absolutely no reason, and they can't tell me otherwise. Come on. I've been involved in the media for over 20 years. There is absolutely no reason why they cannot broadcast tomorrow's press conference live, except that they are too coward to come live and face the nation. You, Mr. Philip Tillisford, you are a coward, but don't worry. Time longer than twine. Elections will come around again, and if you think you're going back in Parliament, only as a visitor, you'll go in the visitors' gallery and sit down and watch. That's the only way you enter in Parliament again. Take my word for it. Yeah? In the visitors' gallery, if you decide to come. That's the only way you're going to be setting foot inside there after the next election. Or you're coward. So just because we said that we are going to make sure that the Grenadian people get responses in relation to these questions, and you're afraid of that, you've decided to cower behind the excuse that you all, and not even with an excuse, and just we're not doing it live again. No excuse, no respect for the media, no respect for you, the Grenadian people, who deserve to receive answers in relation to this issue. No respect for you. So here it is. You all probably wanted to see what was being said, but now they're saying they're going to air at a subsequent time. So videotape the whole thing, cut out what you want to cut out from it now. We ain't letting them hear that response, that question, take that out. So on, and then air what they want to air. They coward. They have no excuse for not airing that. You, Miss Neela Etienne, yes, you, Madam Press Secretary, all you coward. I'm calling all you as it is. You coward, your government coward, and most of all you, Mr. Philip Tillisford, you're coward. Other than that, come on the live tomorrow. Come on live tomorrow. Why are you all so afraid? This is the Grenadian people business. So if questions are asked, the only thing that you all are supposed to do is answer truthfully. Yeah? Are you all afraid that a truthful answer, because if you lie, you know we go expose your lie. Are you all afraid that if you all answer truthfully, that there will be repercussions to the answers that you all give? Are you all afraid of that? Well, afraid of the cabinet question? And I ain't talking about the cabinet as in the Deacon Mitchell cabinet. I'm talking about the cabinet as in the cabinet in them place. Are you afraid the question in relation to that? Are you all afraid to tell the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, who had most graciously received their apartments, if they are seriously being considered for the apartment again? Are you all afraid of some simple questions like that? You all cannot come and face the Grenadian people and decide you're only speaking on that. You all out of place, rude and disrespectful to the Grenadian people. And had it been years ago, when there was a solid and serious Media Workers Association here in Grenada, you all would have been upgraded and upbraided, not upgraded, but upbraided in relation to this sort of behavior. When you're a government minister and you reach in front of the cameras, whatever question they ask you, they ask you. If you would like to answer it or respond to it at a later date, you say so. I don't have that information at hand. Yeah, I don't have that information at hand, but I will assure you that at a very near date, not a later date, a very near date, I will provide those answers to you. Simple. I teach you all how to do things. Yeah? But you all just want to avoid answering the questions, so you all coming. We're coming in the press conference, we're speaking about A, B, C, D. The President of the United States does go and having a press conference on a particular issue. He might come and he might speak. Any president, not just this one. They might speak on one issue and then they just start to ask him questions about all different kind of things and he does answer. But here in Grenada with 100,000 people, we have a government with some ministers who feel that they just don't want to answer. Yeah? President of the United States, the man had nuclear button. In Grenada, we barely have shirt button. Them a nuclear button, we barely have shirt button here or jacket button. Yeah? But you don't want to answer questions. Come on, man. We got to get serious about this thing. We cannot allow that sort of disrespect to happen to and media. You know, if this was a Dr. Keith Mitchell administration, you would have seen the media kicking up storm. But some of you all lying down with dogs so you going to get flea. So that is why some of you can't open all your mouth and back. Yeah? Some of all you lying down with dogs, so some of all you getting flea. In the media. Because these sort of things, under a new National Party administration, we're pretty sure by now we'd have gotten a letter directed to the Prime Minister or the Minister of Information or both and the Press Secretary saying and talking about the displeasure of the Media Workers Association of Grenada in relation to the treatment that they are receiving from the Government Information Service. And friends, when I say this, I in no way, form or fashion am blaming the staff at the Government Information Service. I believe they have excellent staff. They just don't have no guidance. Excellent staff. Each one of them inside, they know what to do. Every one of them could run GIS on their own. I'm telling you that. The staff that's in GIS right now, from the cameramen, go right up. Give them an opportunity, they could run GIS. So they know what to do. You could even take the secretary and put her in charge, and I'm sure they would be able to run the Government Information Service. So it's not the staff, you know. It is the directive by the policy makers. So it is directives from the Minister of Information. Who is the Minister of Information again? Mr. Deacon Mitchell? Okay, right. It's the directives that they receive from their bosses. So don't in any way see the GIS staff and think and blame them and think, nah, not the GIS staff. That is a policy decision. Yeah? So they're cowering. They're hiding. You know, I have a song to Mr. Philip, you know, yeah. I have a song. Let me see if I have a song to Mr. Philip. I must have Rob, I tune for nearly everything, you know. Folks, we're going to open the phone lines. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. And those of you in North America, you can call 347-329-3101. Additional to that, Misha, good night to you. Yeah, additional to that, you can also call us on WhatsApp. So no matter which part of the world you are, you have the opportunity to get onto Talking Points by calling us on WhatsApp. So you can... Somebody that said a comment that cracking me up. I wasn't feeling well when I started this program, but I'm feeling excellent right now. Right, 440-7377. But if you're outside of Grenada, you may have to put it like 1473-440-7377. Save it to your phone, and then you'll be able to WhatsApp call us, right? So you have to save 1473-440-7377, and you can call us. Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I could find that one, my brother. Yeah, let me say a special good night to you, Mr. Nimrod Olivier. Yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful night. We're boss man Rodney. Yeah, man, let me see. I think I have something there. Where's that? Let me see if I could pull up something there, man. Let me give Philip my dear rest, man. Yeah, Philip my dear. Last night I thought was you in here. Well, it's not you tomorrow. Oh dear, what is the matter here? Behave yourself. Yeah, let me see if I can run this one.
Mr. Deacon Mitchell says the media's difficulty in obtaining public information from government is one of the key issues he intends to address as the new Minister for Information. Mitchell explains that he believes in transparency and as such, he will be passing the Freedom of Information Act in Parliament to ensure that journalists in particular can perform their duties efficiently going forward.
One of the things that I think has to happen is that we have to strengthen the institutional framework that allows journalists to do their jobs, particularly as it relates to getting information from the government and the state. So we intend to pass the Freedom of Information Act that makes it easier for journalists and citizens to demand information from the government as to how they're conducting their business and affairs. And I think that will allow for journalists to be able to, when they ask the questions and the information is not being provided, to have a mechanism to demand that the information be provided.
So you hear, it's not me that saying that, you know. Yeah, my name is Sheldon Scott. My name is not Deacon Mitchell. It's Deacon Mitchell that say this.
To be able to, when they ask journalists to do their
let me bring it back.
To ensure that journalists in particular can perform their duties efficiently going forward.
One of the things that I think has to happen is that we have to strengthen the institutional framework that allows journalists to do their jobs, particularly as it relates to getting information from the government and the state. So we intend to pass the Freedom of Information Act.
So they're strengthening the framework to allow journalists to get information from the government and the state. Yeah, you're strengthening it by telling journalists what issues they can ask questions about. Listen, I've seen President Joe Biden, although sometimes Joe Biden seems... in fact, let me leave that alone, right? I have my own views on Joe Biden right now. But anyway, when he goes at the podium, various questions are posed. There's no one question. And then after that, and only on one topic, they ask him about all kind of things. So they're asking him about his son. They're asking him about where his name Hunter. All kind of thing. If you don't want to answer, you just see he come and he say, okay, the press conference is over. And he's, if you remember to do that, and then he gone. Right? You had Donald Trump. All kind of questions asked. You know Trump already standing up and he asking. And sometimes because Trump liked him, he asking questions at the media as well. You understand? Why all you ask about that? So he wasn't shying away. Say what you want about him. He was not shying away from answering questions when he was asked questions about different things. Yeah? Barack Obama, same thing. Yeah? Throughout the Caribbean, in the Westminster style of government throughout the Caribbean, we have the same taking place. But here in Grenada, the Government Information Service is being ordered to tell journalists what questions they can ask. What are we living in? What kind? I know we're not in North Korea. Yeah? Where the journalists and them just have to go, and when they're talking about the dear leader, they have to cry on television. And so we're not living in North Korea. nor are we living in the old Soviet Union under Stalin. Yeah? Or Brezhnev. We're not living back in those days. We're not living under Nazi Germany, under Hitler. We're not living under those things. So why are journalists not allowed to ask the questions that they want? You want to tell them that people want to know about these other topics, and there are many other topics that people need to know about. So once you are facing the nation, arm yourselves with the information to answer. Yeah? But no, you're coward. You, Mr. Philip Telesford, you, Miss Nelia Etienne, and your NDC administration. All you're coward. So all you afraid to come live? All you afraid to come live? What's the excuse? You all didn't even feel it necessary or decent enough to tell the Grenadian people who just yesterday you tell it was live. But then Sheldon come and he started to ask questions last night. So all you get fritten. Yeah? All you get fritten now. So all you afraid. So all you ain't going live again. I can't hide nothing. I can't stop nothing. All you feel afraid to come with a camera and tape it for myself. Once at a time, I'll come with a camera and tape it for myself, and I'll ask the questions myself too. Yeah, I'm a member of the media. Right.
Particular can perform their duties efficiently going forward.
One of the things that I think has to happen is that we have to strengthen the institutional framework that allows journalists to do their jobs, particularly as it relates to getting information from the government and the state. So we intend to pass the Freedom of Information Act that makes it easier for journalists and citizens to demand information from the government as to how they're conducting their business and affairs. And I think that will allow for journalists to be able to, when they ask the questions and the information is not being provided, to have a mechanism to demand that the information be provided.
This is one announcement that the president of the Grenada Media Workers Association, Gerard Joseph, says they will keep their eye on while hoping this legislation materialized.
We at the Media Workers Association of Grenada welcome such an initiative.
Gerard, where you there these days in Juba? We don't hear you. This kind of treatment to the media and so on, you think that this is acceptable? Yeah? You think that this sort of behavior is acceptable? Okay, all right, okay. Yeah, okay, all right. Time longer than twine. We go see what's going on. Time longer than twine, I tell all you, we must see what's going on. 440737, that's the number for you to call and get on the inside.
Mr. Politician, please tell me.
No, I got a message this morning as well, and let me just take this call before I go into it. Hello, good morning.
Good
morning. Good morning, so since I say morning, good night.
Good day, Brother Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah, Brother Sheldon, well, you know, I visited a village today, alright? A village in Northwest. And Brother Sheldon, the person said to me, a minister came by them, alright? And it's something that the previous government do for them. And when he told them about it, he asked them, who will, when he said the previous government, what the person said, what the minister told them, the person who built it for them, let them come and fix it. Hello?
What I would say in relation to that is that it just shows the continuing disrespect that these individuals have for the average Grenadian.
But exactly.
If any government minister, no matter what portfolio they hold, or any parliamentarian who holds the reins of powers in Grenada right now, can make that statement to an individual, any prime minister worth his salt would immediately fire that individual. But we know this one ain't worth salt, maybe you have a little bit of sugar.
Well, I'm very sure the person is a sickly person, eh? Right? And when
it's disrespect, they don't care about them because they don't see them as somebody that will vote for them, so they don't care. And again, my friend, as I told you, during this week, nothing ought to surprise us with these individuals because we know they don't care.
They don't care.
So when they treat someone like that, it shouldn't be surprising. Yes, we have to speak about it.
Yeah,
but it ought not to be surprising because we know for a fact. We ain't thinking. Yeah, we don't think we know. We know for a fact that they don't care.
Yeah, because the person brother lived in next door, and the person brother said he heard when the minister made a statement. He couldn't have believed. Eh? He couldn't have believed. The person, you come over a person to look at the situation of the thing why the person called to come and check it in for. When he came over there and see that, you saw that, instead of giving the person some hope, it better you didn't come. You tell the person who fixed it, let it come and believe it. Brother Sheldon, I like what. They're the people who don't care and only care what they say. So, Brother Sheldon, have a brother.
All right, my brother. Yeah, I was saying you all that I got a message this morning from a good friend of mine that was telling me that the people and them in St. Patrick's, they say that how the bush crossing the road and tying. Yeah? They asking where is the minister because the bush from one side of the road crossing and touch the other side of the road. So they want to know where is the minister. Well, I hear he's acting prime minister right now. So maybe he can't come up. He hand tie, foot tie, busy. Yeah. You understand? I hear people does block drain and all kind of thing. I hear things. I hear people does block drain and all kind of thing. I know who, but I hear people does block drain. Anyway, yeah. I know that the last time I was in River Sally up in St. Patrick, and I'll get to that one because there's another issue up. Since I'm in St. Patrick, I want to go back to St. Patrick, because there's an issue up on that end that I want to highlight. But let me just take this call first, and then I thought I answered that call. Yes, computer, behave yourself. We've got a call online. Good night. Hello.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hey, what's up?
All right, good night, Talking Points crew. Everybody okay?
You go ahead, man. You're live. Go ahead. But you know the Talking Points crew can answer you. So
one, I want to know who's the Prime Minister of Grenada and are we in campaign mode? Can you answer that, please?
Me answer that? No,
yeah.
I think you're asking the wrong person on the wrong program.
Because I will swear, no, people may differ from my opinion, but I will swear that we are in campaign season and the Prime Minister of the country is Keith Mitchell. I mean, I know they're getting tired with the Mitchells, but I've been listening to certain programs for the last couple of days, and the tone and the anger in their voices and what they are bringing up is things basically that happened 13 years ago, 20 years ago. So I'm asking, are we in a campaign mood or elections tomorrow? Now, when I hear these people talk, especially people that I will put in high esteem, I won't call a name, but they know who they are because they listen to this program too. Right? I will talk very slowly. When you bestow a recommendation for somebody to be an MBE, and you refer to be calling a former prime minister certain names, and you do that as fun, and at least there's one moderate on your panel will say, well, a certain minister in the NMP was doing very good and he still get voted out. And somebody will call and curse that and say that you're talking negative against the government now. It goes to show you how far down the rabbit hole this cult is in. This is very, very dangerous.
My brother, imagine, you look like you're raising your blood pressure. This thing surprising to you? Again, they don't care. It's not surprising. I'm not saying don't say it. I'm not saying don't say it. And I'm not stopping you. I'm just asking a question here. Is it surprising to you? It shouldn't be.
I had to have a laugh today because I was like, my God, the man, and his comeback was, I didn't finish my statement. But the man was saying, look, a minister was doing this and he was doing that. That's all you have to do in it. That's all in it. And you're still getting chastised as your own side. Somebody say we too thin skin. And the man said we too thin skin. Somebody call and chastise him again. So this year is going down the rabbit hole. And I'm glad you bring up the reference with Mr. Trump and Obama with press conferences. It reminds me of when Obama won the presidency. His rival was Hillary Clinton, and it's what these two people wasn't saying about each other. He made her Secretary of State, right? Politics as a way of dividing people and bringing people together. But if you choose a politics of keeping people divided by lies and just pure hate, like what a certain former president is doing in a certain country, it is dangerous. Everything the Prime Minister is doing in this country cannot be right. You understand? There are certain things he's doing right and certain things he's not doing right. And the things that he's doing wrong is overshadowing what he's doing good. So why people trying to be on this kind of part of you can't say nothing about what the people do now. I mean, it is dangerous, and I have no tolerance. I'm telling you right now, I have no tolerance. Unlike other radio show talk show hosts saying have tolerance for that person when they call and talk stupidness and actually using words derogatory on air. Let
me ask you a question, brother. What device do you listen to that program on? You listen to it via your mobile or your computer or radio? What device do you listen to that program on?
My mobile, because I'm actually moving.
Does your mobile have an off switch?
Yes, it does.
Does it have a mute button?
It does.
And does it have a button where you can come off one app and go to the next one?
Yes, it does.
Then why are you torturing your soul, my brother?
No, Shalon, people like me and you, I don't know about you, but you see me, I will listen to them because I like to know their mindset. In any contact sport, you will study the opponent. You must study the opponent. So you must know what they think, what they feel, what they do. You must have your strategy. So I listen to all. So when I'm in a discussion or discourse, I can say what they say, I can prove what they say because I record, and I can compare their tone and what they are doing. And I'm seeing right now, and I will say it openly, this NDC and the followers are very, very dangerous and angry people. I'm listening to it right now and I'm seeing it, and I hope to dear God, it doesn't escalate further.
No, my brother, on this program, I've always said to people, listen to all programs. Because I want people to have a broad perspective on issues and what is being said by various sides. You mustn't only know one side story in relation to something. Listen to all the programs. But if that listening to that is causing your blood pressure to spike, is causing you to have a bad moment because you're upset, it is bothering you on a spiritual, moral, social level, then there's an off switch on any device that you could put on to listen to it.
Well, the thing about people like me and you, Shalon, my blood pressure won't get high and my moral switch is there. But I mean, I don't really care about them people. But I'm telling you, for the people that cannot take it, I'm telling you, these people are on a different level of insanity, and I will leave it there. But have a good night, folks.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
4407377. I was about to tell you all something about St. Patrick again. I find something ain't right up by, you see the health center in Riverside there. I was up there quite recently I was up in St. Patrick for a funeral, and you see that there's a kind of smell that are no coming out by the health center there. There seems to be something wrong with the sewer system there. You know, the school is close by and thing. The sewer system up there needs to be addressed. Yeah? So, Mr. MP, if you find the time between office and blast, and anyway, if you could find the time between your various activities to check on the people in St. Patrick, so that grass from one side of the road shouldn't be tying the other side of the road and them kind of thing, and the sewer system that I checked on the last time there, that those things, ain't taking place. All right, Papa? Nice. We have a call online.
Rastafari.
Hail Go right ahead, bro.
Everything good?
Yeah, for the time being.
Listen, I had a call a while about this story with Ron, because what is his profession? Is he a farmer or construction worker or a mechanic or something?
With who? A call in relation to?
Ron.
Ron Redhead.
Is he a farmer or a construction worker or a mechanic or something?
No, as far as I know, he's supposed to be the Minister of Youth, doing a terrible job at it.
He doesn't sound like a guy with education to me.
Mm-hmm.
He sounds like one of those, those ordinary people on by the way. Because in 2000, I had a little accident. This old lady, she didn't know there was street lights in town, so she came in town now, crossing the street anyhow, and she somehow bounced up on my vehicle. The vehicle didn't bounce up, she bounced up on the vehicle. So when she realized she bounced up on the vehicle now, she tried to get back on the other side, and she tripped, one foot tripped there, and she fell on the sidewalk. When I was standing inside behind the wheel, and I saw blood coming through she nose, and I said, well, no, we cannot wait for the ambulance to come because blood coming through she nose. So I couldn't care about whether the blood went to the seat. I just jumped on the vehicle. I asked for help. I didn't even remember who helped me. But somebody help me and we put her in the beach and I bring her over in the hospital. I'll make sure she was accepted by the medical personnel and make sure that she was all right and we put her to get on a bed and stuff like that. Then I called her daughter and I told her what happened. After that, I went to the insurance and I made a statement. And I did ask the insurance. I said, look, I'm not wrong in the accident, but I would like you guys to give the lady some money to look after herself because she get injuries. Mm-hmm. And then I went to the police. I did all of it. I went to the police and I gave a statement. I'm not an educated person, but being a driver on the road every day, a normal Grenadian, I mean, that is a normal thing that we should know first of all. But I don't understand how they move with this little boy. The man, you're meeting an accident, you don't know what is the injury. You should wait for some medical personnel to come and take care of the little boy. You can't just move him as you want and then after that you're not even visiting people. The lady had to come out, the mother had to come out and talk and think. I don't know how they could have people like this guy and them say them is ministers. And to be honest, they're representing the youth, the young people. You know, the kind of young people we have these days, they like those kind of leaders, because they like to do any old thing. But I find this government, they should know that they was voted in office. They were elected by the people to do a job. And the people need some decency, man. I mean, this kind of thing I'm getting on with is for people who it's for dunce people and things, man. I mean, they're not really making us they're not making us feel good at all. We really feel they're making us shame. Mm-hmm. From the top go down. All of them making us shame. And I would like the Prime Minister to make a reshuffle and change some of these guys and put some of them in the back seat and put some of them in the back seat, put them forward, they might do better.
Some you don't have to put them in the back seat, some you have to stop at the bus stop and kick them out. Some of them may make no sense when in the back seat, put them out.
Yeah, they make a reshuffle, man, because them guys are making the man shame, man. As a matter of fact, he's making us shame for each other. So is everything good?
For the time being, actually.
Have a good night, partner. Continue your good work.
Thanks.
That's it.
Yeah, some of them, you can't put them in the back seat. You have to stop the vehicle and put them out. That is what happened. Especially like the Minister of Health, he had to go. Waste of time. Yeah? Waste of time. I'm very interested when the budget for 2024 is being presented to hear what some of these ministers come in and report and say that they did. I'm waiting to hear what's the wonderful report that they're going to give to say that between last year's budget and this budget that they do. I'm waiting to hear. It's going to be I'm going to be locked in time. Or you better bring it live. Don't come and tell us last minute. Or you go air it later. Air the budget live. We're just telling all you know, right? Nice. Yeah, and I ain't find I see anything from all your budget thingy up there in Grenville. What took place with that? We've got a call online. Good night.
Good night, Senator Scott.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Hi there. Folk, man, just listening to you.
Yes,
and the trouble in Grenada. But what could we do? You understand? We talking about months ago. I talked about reshuffle, but I realized from information I get, he can't reshuffle nobody unless that person say, well, they want to go there. He can't reshuffle nobody because it's an alliance. Half of the guys is not NDCites, Taylor from Michelin. You should know by now how this party formed. From the time Dick Mitchell fallen from the sky and decided to take over the party because they wanted to avoid Nazimbok, They know the problem. So he can mess with them. Why do you think everybody talking like if they were going in the West? He can't mess with them. He only could cover up. If he have us to do anything right, Central run ahead and selling out the vehicle. That couldn't happen on that Tillman. I know everybody turned Tillman in that case.
Tillman fire a man for writing a letter, and using a letterhead.
I'm telling you.
He fired him, as in bye bye so long,
They only have what I go and ask Joe Gilbert, and then they'll tell you. That couldn't happen to Uncle Tilly.
A man take a trip that he shouldn't take till man fire him.
And instead of you, the Prime Minister, cover up. You know, calling the woman, wanting how much money it is to see if you could cover up this and all kind of stupidness. You understand what I mean? Get rid of him. Demote him. But you can't do that. Because it's an alliance you have there. You understand what I mean? And why you have to pay number 10 so much money to hold on, because you in case things start breaking up, you're going to need
we don't, my friend, we don't know about that, because some people said that they are listening on a nightly basis with the intention of trying to sue and close down this program. So due to the statement you've just made, we have no facts in relation to that.
Remember what I said? I said number 10.
It doesn't matter. One thing we need to learn in Grenada is you don't have to call a person's name to be sued. I think a lot of us misunderstand that. You could call a nickname, you could not even call a name at all, but you can be sued. But yeah, go ahead, go right ahead.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from. That's why you say, well, you allege.
Yeah.
But you don't go along the road because I hear all kind of talk.
Thank you.
You know, I hear all kind of talk going on. Right? And I notice you call a person, you beg a person to come on your side, and not one day in Parliament they could say anything.
Mutitis.
I mean, something is wrong.
No, it have a thing going around called mutitis. Some of them get mute. They can't talk.
Yeah, think about it, man. And that was my girl in them time. You know what I mean? Because I know she had stood for poor people and she would speak out. And, you know, we say anytime NDC, they're very good in opposition, but they can't run nothing. So we know all of that. You know? That was my girl. You know, I don't know what gets in she head. Me and she brother is very close, you know, in Canada. But I don't know what gets in she head. You know? But God is good.
All the time.
And as a person who say they're close to God, God ain't good sometimes, you know. God good all the time.
Of course.
You know? That's why I know this party going to fail. Because they start to pick up the Bible and go around and saying all kind of things about God and this like they get thing there. But before Dr. Mitchell was an Obia man. You see what I mean? Before Dr. Mitchell was an Obia man. But now, the same people who never believed in God shall learn. No God. My brother was in the army, you know. And he should read the Bible before he started to go and kill, you know. And they take away the Bible from him, you know. You understand? And the same people now, they're following up and everything is God. They run in the church. You understand what I mean? But they think somehow all of us dead already. All those in the revolution died. So we don't know what's going on. You can speak a word about God. You understand what I mean? And if you think a lie, just ask Senator Humphrey. He will tell you the truth. Because too much Grenadians have come down on him because of his belief. So don't let nothing bother you. What goes wrong, comes wrong. You understand what I mean? We're only sorry for our country. Because we put them there, Sheldon. We, the Grenadian people, put them there. From the diaspora, come right down to Grenada. You understand? And now you cannot ask them a question. It's either 90 days or 30 days. That's the name of this party. 90 days or 30 days. And your Senator Scott, you have a good one.
Yes, indeed, my brother. I can't believe I see it. 4407377. That's the number for you to call and get on to the inside of tonight's program. Yeah, 44073. Let me just make sure the box is clear. 4407377. That's the number for you to get on to the program for tonight. So, folks, I just been checking there and I realize I know which one to think because I see I get a release, right? So remember, I was reading this for you earlier. I made sure and I took my time and I read this for you earlier. And it says here, Minister for Finance, Honorable Dennis Cornwall, has been appointed acting Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister Mitchell. And that's in relation September 14th, you see it here, September 14, 2023. And it's in relation to Prime Minister Mitchell out of state at that particular summit. All right? But now, a few moments ago, I realize I've received an update in relation to that. Yeah, so it seems as though Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Honorable Andy Williams, has been appointed acting Prime Minister in the absence of Prime Minister Mitchell. How are you? So I thought was Cornwall. So what really going on there? So who sent out the wrong thing? Yeah? I don't understand what somebody was saying me a little while ago because I didn't notice it. Just now I noticed it. That the original press release was saying Honorable Dennis Cornwall. This one is saying Honorable Andy Williams. Yes, so they don't even know who they're appointing as Prime Minister. GIS? You're unaware of who is being appointed? Or one person didn't turn up and the other one had to, I mean, it's down in the south, they had to go and swear in and things. So what happened? The man who was supposed to turn up didn't turn up or something, and the next man ended up turning up in his stead. I know we're asking a question here. Because no one man might get trapped inside blast, he might not be able to leave. Yeah. The people up in Reverse Alley and things say, well, maybe if they had to see the MP, all blasts had to close down. Not me that say. The people up in St. Patrick East say for them to see the MP, all them blasts and them had to close. Yeah, so once them place ain't open day, because remember it's the Minister of Finance and about, the gambling thing, right? Yeah. So they say if they had to see the MP, maybe all them blasts and them might have to close. Steve, you might have to close the place and thing. All of them fellas inside the mall, they might have to close the place and thing. We've got a caller online. Good night. Hello.
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, caller. You're alive. Go right ahead.
Yeah. Sherlyn, how are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm great.
Yeah, I'm good. Sherlyn, what I really called to talk about is within the Northeast. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's Tempe Pasture, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a community around Sherlyn. There is lights up, which is not working or maybe working. But for the time I'm in the government, I've been in power. The representative, which you call Mr. Ron Rennet, Sherlyn, to me, I don't think I see that light come on in Tempe Pasture. It's a small community, Tempe, Montparnasse, and I really want to know what's really going on with that light.
So the lights are there, but the lights are there, but they are not being utilized or they are not working.
The lights are there, but they're not turned on. So I really want to know what's going on.
And that particular playing field is a sort of popular one from what I know. Fellas would like to go and make the look of sweat, do the look of training, different things, even small football match, etc. Takes place there.
Exactly. So. But I mean, I don't know what's going on. So I don't know who is in charge or who out of charge. But personally speaking, Sherlyn, who the cap fit, let them wait. But this minister, what they're talking about for the Northeast, it's a big shame for the people, not really for Tempe and Montparnasse, but for the whole of the Northeast, because it's like since this guy have become a minister, Sherlyn, there's nothing doing. You cannot see him. You cannot hear what's going on within the Northeast. And if you're a parliamentary representative for an area, I'm not saying every day you can come out, but Sherlyn, you have to go out and see what's going on. But my personal thing is the lights in Tempe Pasture. That's important.
Okay. All right.
So, you have a blessed night, man. But
right,
I'm enjoying your program.
All right, my good friend. How are we? All right, man. Bless. Respect.
One minister to come out.
Of course.
And see what is going on. And if Grenadian don't want to stand up for the rights right now, Sherlyn, that's their problem. But that minister for the Northeast, he got to get kicked out. Have a blessed night.
All right, my brother. 440-7377. Remember, you can call us on WhatsApp. Cammy, I sure like I miss a call from you just now, Cammy. I sure like I miss a call from you just now. All right, 440-7377. That is the number for you to call and get on the inside. Yeah, I ain't burdening myself and hurting my heart, my chest hurting, my neck hurting. Like when stress take you behind your neck hurting, I ain't going through all of that. I understand the individuals are dealing with, so I don't expect much. You understand? I know what I'm dealing with. Right. We've got a call online.
Sheldon, good night.
I know like I missed a call from you just now.
I did call earlier on, but I didn't get through.
Okay, go right ahead.
Anyhow, good night to the Grenadian people. Y'all don't worry, Mr. Media. Yeah, most of the times I just lie down and listen. Mm-hmm. Okay? Anyhow, y'all don't have to be surprised with what's going on with Ron and Mr. Andrews in Karakou and Mr. Cornwall and the rest of the ministers. You all have to understand, these people that you all Grenadians vote and put them in office, they don't custom with that lifestyle, They have the big job. People calling them the minister. They don't custom with that kind of living. They living now. You understand? Look at how everybody crying out for Ron. Before, they didn't make him the minister, sports or whatever. People used to see him. Them don't care about all you. They don't care. Because they live in a nice life. They never custom with that kind of life. You understand? They don't custom with that kind of life. They live in now. And it's you all Grenadian people that put them there. So you all cannot, don't complain now. I don't care what none of you all say, what comment you make. All you that put them there. They don't care about all you. Run and them living their life. They live in their life. You understand? If was Dr. Mitchell, it was NNP was in power, and they tell the media people what they have to, all you have to get on. But you have to know the media people is NDC supporters. All you know that. So they cannot go and speak bad about them people because a lot of them, they won't get what they just get. You know the media is NDC supporters. NDC supporters. You have to go get nothing from them. I will never let these people stress me out. I won't lie to the nation and the world. When I see NNP legislation, I nearly dead. But not now. I won't let none of them stress me out. I want God to keep me around, to live, to see what will happen to these people. I just always ask the question on any talk show I call. If these people are parents, I want to know if the Prime Minister and the ministers, all and the other are more than sister and brother and cousin and uncle, for what they're doing to the Grenadian people. I want to live to see what will happen to these people. Or they don't have no love for nobody, and you have Grenadians that supporting the wrong things that is going on in this country. Then they will call Shari and tell Shari what people see on other radio stations. You understand? And they know that people is suffering. There is a lot of either suffering. I'm going through my hard time. I used to that. But I see of people, Sheldon Scott, that is suffering in this country. And NDC supporters, strong NDC supporters, strong NDC. And they make them go. There is one man in Grand Rai, I'm calling his name. He was a big security man in Guam. And this man was such bad for these people. And they get rid of him. So they better enjoy what they have now. Because these people will never, although Grenadian bad mind, they will still go and vote for them, They will still go and vote for them. They are such a wicked people. One man they hate in Grenada, Kit Mitchell, and that man helped all of them. You understand? Mm-hmm. Let Ron and them enjoy themselves. I don't understand what is going on. They don't custom with this nice life. So they playing themselves. You understand? It's wrong. They're doing a lot of wrong things to people. And you're talking about social land. All these things that I say about other people, people can't sue them too. They didn't make the jail for writing bananas, boy. They make the jail to good people, man and woman. Hey, look at one of them. It's damn good for us. It's good. They want them in every meeting and NPR. They want us. So that one, I don't want to hear nobody cry out. Patty and Matthew, good night. Mr. Watt, good night. Miss Teresa in Canada, good night. My Jamaican friend in America, good night. All this stuff are in, and you have some of them in America that running them out. They don't live in Grenada, you know. I don't know what people going through in this country, you know. Some people just shame. They shame to talk. Some shame. They just shame to speak out. If you speak of the things that you're going through, they can't lock you up. They can't lock you up. Police officers, that the biggest mistake they make, they're talking and all too. A lot of police speaking out of the wrong things that are going on with them. You want to tell me that you don't have capable police officers in Grenada, Caracas, PD Martin, could get a top job in Grenada? Are you talking about people from St. Kitts? You have more crime in St. Kitts or wherever they say this man has to come. But it's good for the police, them force that vote. If the police and then come out and vote NNP, they will not take all your strike. They will not put all your way, put all your. It's good. It's good for y'all. I'm sorry, you know. And make up my mind. Shell and Scott.
Yes, ma'am.
I, Camille, make up my mind for whatever to happen. Because I know a time with people come and come give me, I'm not a kong flag. Go by Dick and Kong. Go by Mr. Telesport. Go right tell this one of them. Go and come to them. Go to them face to face and tell them how you feel. Watch them in the face and tell them how you feel of the wrong thing they're doing to us. But God is sleeping. Good night, Grenada.
Right, Gabby. Gabby. Well, I know some of them. I see somebody say Django. Django want to sue? Okay, let me ask Django a question. Sue me for this, Django. Yeah. The piece of land that you're going after in Grenville, that you have filed a possessory title application before the courts to seize. Yeah, you're really involved in that land. You've been living on that land all this time, or you've been living in Springs and Belmont and different places. You have been in adverse possession of that property over the extended period of time that is necessary for the Possessory Title Act to come into force for that piece of land is where? Salisbury Road, right, that you're going after? Oh, Grenville people didn't know that you file a possessory title, title application before the courts to get a piece of land up in St. Andrew there? They didn't know that? On the Salisbury? Ian Django Thomas? It's not you? Is somebody else by that name? Well, I'm sorry if I are the wrong person, but I am led to believe that it is you, sir, that have filed that possessory title application for that piece of property. So if it's not you, just say it's not you. Yeah, we've got a caller online. Hello, good night.
Good night, Brother Sheldon.
Hey, how you doing, pa?
Not too bad, you know. I mean, I had to rush the call. Very interesting, information there coming out. Good night to all the viewers and listeners. Sheldon, first of all, I want you to elaborate a bit on the cause or the reason why the Kuwana Bay developers brought the government of Grenada to the World Arbitration Court. And so when governments refuse to let them go with some money or divest some money, I would really like for you to explain that part of it for us, please. Because there are a lot of persons who do not understand what went on and what was the root cause, right, of this whole business. Right? So I don't know if you can do that for me, please, in a few minutes.
I would actually want to call somebody who could explain it better than me, because, see, I wasn't directly involved in it. I know what has taken place, but I want to get somebody who was directly involved, like I'd reach out to Minister Oliver Joseph or somebody, and then on Monday or Tuesday's program, we could go over it, because I don't want to go and say something that I should not say. I've not done it so far, but I could tell you this. that there was a certain amount of passports that were allotted to that particular CBI program. A specific number of passports was allotted to them. The developers came back and they said, well, we would not make enough money off of that to be able to reach where we need to reach. We need to get some more passports. They were given that extension. Yeah? Then they came back again asking for more. Well, what would have happened is that the funding through the CBI component, the passport program component, would have been so much that it would have basically wiped out the 20% that they were supposed to put into it. They're supposed to have 20% they're supposed to put into the program as well. Outside of that, there were more than one instances of monies that were being paid into Grenada under that particular program. In other words, a person, they look online, they see Grenada as a place that they most likely would like to get a passport for, and that the Kawana by Kimpton Hotel is a project that they would like to become involved in. So they took their money and they purchased, put it into the CBI program here, and that money would be used towards that particular project. What was taking place was that when government released money now to the developers, some of that money found itself in another country building another facility. That's what was taking place. And because they were upset that the government decided, hey, no, we're not going to be releasing any more to you. We cannot do that. You cannot take the money from a project here in Grenada and use it out in whether it's BVI or wherever. You cannot take the money from Grenada's project and use it there. The people have bought into a Grenada project. The money ought to stay here. You can't loan it. You can't give it. You can't just send it. You can't do that. It's supposed to be here. But apparently some people don't think so. They didn't like that.
Well, you see, I raised that echelon because this whole acquisition business with the Corner Bay property, and so very soon there will be a lot of concerns, and Grenadians better pay attention, right, to what is going on, because remember, right, our government has decided to take charge or to buy over or seize the property and then turn around and pay back those persons who have invested. Now, what Mr. Duncan explained, and I can't really go out, but what he said and what is going on presently with this Corner Bay thing, it has a lot of implications for our country.
Well, here's one of my views in relation to this. Mr. Duncan was saying that one of the reasons the government settled is because it have people leaving school who need jobs. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're already speaking at least $56 million from 214 people who have invested into that program. Who you think paying it back?
We.
The same people that leave, even if they're not working, are the ones that are going to have to pay that back.
Yeah.
Through the taxes and so on. But not just them, their children and possibly even their grandchildren. According to the length of the loans that are going to have to be taken to cover some of these things, are going to end up having to pay it. It's not Mr. Deacon Mitchell. It's the people of Grenada that are going to have to fund that.
And you see, and the Grenadian people must pay attention to the persons here in Grenada who was and still is involved in that entire deal. The lawyers and so the people that I mean, it's so much. But anyhow, just a second point. You know, I really want to ask most of our sitting MPs, right? Or not sitting MPs, but sitting government ministers in the parliament, right? The lower house. Please, show some more decorum and some more respect, right, in the House of Parliament.
Devon,
so
you know,
so far,
Devon,
you
know me and you good, me and you cool. You're looking for common sense in places where there is none. You're looking for decorum. You're looking for decorum in places where there are none.
watch, I still have hope that there is a little something that might appeal to them. You know, sometimes when you give somebody a shock, they might catch yourself.
The appeal is like appealing a coconut. He hard.
Mr. Scott, have a good night.
No. You could finish your point before you go. You know.
No. I think it was fun too, but I always like to see and give a warning, right, to this present government. You have performed so far miserably. You have disappointed the people of Grenada, especially your supporters. We understand. We in NNP understand, right, what you had set out to do and to destroy, right? But to your supporters, you have basically, give them a blow behind the head. But that's all good, right? Because they know that the NDC government never lasts more than one term, right? So it's not an issue about if they are going back, right? It's when they are going back into the doldrums, either opposition or having no seats at all in Parliament. And that's what will happen to them, because of the neglect, the disrespect to the people of Grenada. Have a good night, my brother.
All right. Thank you very much. 4407377. I wonder if it's close enough to Christmas already, boy. Close enough to Christmas already? I can't play that today. But you know what song they?
You want to sue? Sue who? The Carib Song Crew? Your mother one. All is true. Do whatever you want to do.
Django! Well, my address is frequente in case you need to send your lawyers. My address is frequente. Yes, I can be found down there. All right. Just know I have a copy of the government gazette with your name in it. All right. 4407377. That's the number to call and get on the inside. And 347-329-3101 to those of you who are out there in North America. Let's head to the phone lines. Hello, good night.
Shalon, just bear me 2 minutes.
Man, you could wolf and all. You don't even have to bear alone.
You shared some information about someone called Ian Django Thomas is filing for some
possessory title in relation to land in Salisbury. Not Django, but somebody by the name of Ian Thomas. So
which part in Salisbury?
I'll send you the possessory title notice, my brother.
Okay, so I'll know who the neighbors are, and then I'll be able to the thing for myself. So that's wonderful news.
Okay, my brother.
Have a good one.
Maybe I read too much. I think that's probably my problem. I like to read too much. I've always been a reader. Yeah, 440. That call dropped off. 4407377. That's the number to call and get onto the inside of tonight's program. Folks, remember to like and share the program. I'm only seeing 72 likes there. Yeah, just know it had over 800 people on. It's gone down to 7 something. Let me get back up. Let me see the likes on the YouTube. Let me see the likes going up right now on the talking points on Facebook. Yeah? Let's see the likes going up there. And we have a caller. Oops. What did I do? Hello. Oh, no. Caller, that person was calling on the landline. I am sorry. It was my error. I pushed the wrong button. Can you call back, please? I apologize immensely and profusely. Yeah? You can call back right now. I just want to make sure I see Ian Thomas. I want to know if it's Ian Django Thomas. I see Ting. And I see Grenville. And I'm wondering, you was living up there all this time. Ting. We had to investigate and inquire. Yes, we have to investigate. Right? So we've got a caller. Hello, good night. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Me again in a caller.
Yes.
The man you said that suing people from people here.
Huh? The man that?
The man you say was suing people.
No, nobody is suing. Nobody is suing. No. Nobody is suing. All I'm saying is some people would like to sue. Somebody sent a message saying that.
You from Tivoli?
I don't know the person from being from Tivoli. I know an individual from being in the town of Grenville. Cammy, something is wrong with your phone.
The man I say suing that state.
No. Nobody said they're suing. They say they would like to, but they can't sue.
Nobody name.
No, it doesn't matter. I could call the name. That doesn't matter.
Nobody name. They know they want you. Nobody name. Yeah.
All right, my dear. Something is really wrong with your phone, Cammy.
And then when you don't ask them, they don't respect.
Cammy.
If you don't respect them, man.
Cammy, we barely.
Respect. Dr. Mitchell, all these years of stuff and people.
Cammy.
And they tell me, sit down. That's from the people. They don't respect. And you mustn't give them no advice. They don't want no advice. Don't give them no advice. No one give them advice.
Cammy, something seems to be wrong. Cammy. Something seems to be wrong with your phone. We're not hearing you clearly.
Don't give them no advice, man.
Cammy.
Don't give them no advice.
Okay. Yeah, Cammy, something is wrong with your phone there. We wasn't hearing you properly. All right? So, yeah. 44073. I don't know if it's a landline or what you call from, but it was, the call itself wasn't clear. So we were barely hearing what you were saying there. 4407377. No, there's this misunderstanding among Grenadians when it comes to calling somebody's name and being sued. Let me say that you don't have to call a person's name to get sued. You all need to understand the law. You do not need to call a person's name. You could call a nickname. You could call an old name that they used to have that they changed from. You could say the person that living in that house on this street, you ain't call the name, but the person that living in that, you're still getting sued and you're still losing. Yeah? So there's this misunderstanding among a lot of our people about I ain't call the name so they can't sue me. Stay there and feel so. Anybody that makes reference to you that people could understand it's you that they're speaking about, you can sue. All right? That's why it doesn't matter calling name. I'm saying thing. Yeah, I'm saying it as it is. We've got a call online. Good night.
Hey, Sheldon, good night.
Good night.
How are you, sir?
I'm quite fine, actually.
I find you getting on tonight.
Me? No.
Yeah, man, I find you really getting on anyhow.
I wasn't feeling real good when I come in, Believe me, I was feeling, but I'm good now.
Okay, you're good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
All right. Let me mention of one thing. The present ministers of government today, except maybe for the Prime Minister, who has never worked or qualified to work for over $9,000 a month. Today they are getting that on the backs of poor people. They're traveling, their allowances, and everything is on the backs of poor people. I am asking a simple question. Are they concerned about the taxpayers of this country? Is there any way that these ones have a heart to think about the less fortunate or the people of this country? When I hear they boast about free education, when I hear about a number of programs that they say that was never existed before, until the Honorable Emmeline Pierre had to come on just a few days ago, has to come and clarify. The past administration was paying tuition fee, whether early or late. I know, and I could testify to that. Some people has got into the system to go to college on the last moment, and I know about it. I went to a particular minister, and I've gone to the Ministry of Education, in order to get these people last moment to TAMCC, and the tuition was paid, and so in some cases was overpaid because they was getting help to pay transport to go to school. And today they are boasting about education, free education. I know it was there already. Free tuition fee, I know it was there already. And I could go on and on and on. But my take is not only the education program, it's about the lies that they continue to tell the Grenadian people. The Molyneux project, well, they have not spoken about the River Road project yet. And project that they are planning to develop through the CBI program to help the people who is coming from college. In this last semester, 2 years and more, some has just gone home, some will be going home next year. I hope that they put things in place, because I have not seen one program that they have initiated so that people, graduates, could be employed under. Please, I hope they have a heart, because the symbol is the heart. And I hope they are transparent and accountable to the Grenadian public. Instead of getting these big pay salaries and removing the 150 from the poor people, it is an issue of concern. It looks like they only think about themselves, and they want to be there for 4 and 5 years to govern people so that they can make a name. You're talking about $96,000 a year, some of them, for 4 years or 5 years. Some of them mortgage will be done paid. Some, Sheldon, I don't want to go into that, but you know, the truth must be told. A lot of them is not qualified in the position for the salaries they are getting. They are not doing nothing for it because they are exempted from a certain protocol as ministers of government and parliamentary representatives. They are exempted from certain programs and protocols. But lo and behold, the day of reckoning shall be here. When they come out from government, they will understand what their protocols was and was not. Have a blessed night, Sheldon. Thank you very much.
Thank you. 4407377. That's the number. You can call me. And for those of you, once again, in North America, 347-329-3101. Yeah, I said special good night to you earlier, Patty. Well, let me say a special good night to Matthew. Yeah, I just had to big up Matthew. Yeah, you know I just big up both all you know, but you know Matthew is my boy. Matthew! That's my good friends, folks. You know, I have to always give my good friends a nice seal up. Zelia, okay, Zelia say good night to me. Nice. I hope she's gone to bed at 9:36. Zelia, Zoe, and Exalia, all you supposed to be asleep already, huh? Nice. If all you're up, time to go and lie down. Nice, 9:36, yeah, all you supposed to go and lie down already. Nice. 440-737. You know, sometimes when you listen to these government ministers and you realize that the level of arrogance, yeah? But the arrogance is carried with a lot of ignorance and a lot of incompetence. So it's arrogance mixed with ignorance and incompetence. So I'm trying to wonder, there's no competency there. For instance, just before I left home, I heard a report on GBN News that the UK is giving additional money, additional $2 billion to climate change. We have a climate change minister, Madam Minister, the people in St. John done complaining they doesn't see you, and when they do see you, nothing doesn't really happen anyway, so they don't need to see you again. So, with that being the case, what is actually happening in relation to Grenada accessing some of the billions of dollars of funding that's available through your ministry? Yeah? You're taking plane like magic carpet in Aladdin, but you ain't coming back with nothing. Yeah? Only, I've been to Germany, and yes, when I was out in Africa, traveling all over. No problem with that if you was coming back with something that benefit the Grenadian people, except pictures and memories. Yeah? Come back with something that benefits the Grenadian people. Billions of dollars available under climate change. Yeah? On GBN, they announced again this evening. I was hearing GBN news before I left home. Billions of dollars available now through the UK that they put into that climate fund. Grenada is in a perfect position where we could access some of that money. But we have an incompetent minister who needs to go. Yeah, they could find some other ministry for you paying. In fact, no, because if you're incompetent, they could just mess up whatever other ministry. Yeah? But incompetence, come on. And there are people that should be able to offer some sort of assistance. But the problem again is you all think you know, so you don't listen. And that is where we have a big problem in this country. You all think you know, and therefore you don't listen to anybody. We've got a caller online. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Hi, good night. Go right ahead, caller.
Yes. I want to say good night to Anne-Marie Celestine Grant.
Mm-hmm.
And she told me to tell you want the song and leave the dumb doctor. And I also want it too.
All right, my dear.
Yeah. And listen, Sheldon.
Yes, ma'am.
The teacher guy that say he's a teacher and he call and
we're still waiting.
He had the facts and he had the information where this gay rights thing. He say he had the facts and he will get it to you. Did he get it?
No, the WhatsApp is open in front of me. I'm getting messages from various people. He is not one of them. I made a note of his number, and he has not messaged, he has not sent any information, and he will never do it because he lied.
Yes, well, you see how these people and them telling lies? Oh, God.
No, he's a liar. I'll call him out from now. He's a liar.
I'm fed up with this lying people and them and all, teachers, people are teaching the nation children. Joining with these people and them and lie because of $2.
I think he's retired now, but the thing is, they should know better than to call this program and try that. They could try that on one of their programs. They could go there and they could say that, and them, their host and them would say, yes, it's true, I remember that, and think, no. They should know better than to come and try it.
Lies. And they know the line. They're an airline. They line to the wall. Social media right around the wall. You see the wall through a plastic bag. These people and them just sit down, in high office, the highest office in the land, just lying people. Mm-hmm. And these, are calling and always will call. The pastors who play them is pastors and priests and who. Nobody can come out and talk to these people and say, stop this thing, it's time to stop this thing.
My friend, we all know. I listened to Jenny's program this week and last week.
I'm getting fed up. To be frank, I'm getting fed up. But anyway, according to Kame, they get a government that they deserve. Trust me. In a situation, I don't sorry for them. I don't sorry for them, and I don't want nobody sorry for me too. I don't sorry for them. Nobody don't sympathize with me. When did they come? I'm in my garden. I'm making sure I produce me food, what I like. I like local things. I like Grenada food. I like local things. And I ain't go be hungry. I would never be hungry. I would never be hungry because I'm planting me thing to eat. You know, but these people are not to stop that, man. I get fed up with them, real fed up. Anyway, big up on Mary Celestine Grant again for me.
Right, and Mary Celestine Grant, big up.
Yeah, later.
All right, my dear.
Yeah.
Yes. And Anne-Marie. Okay, Marie. We go just say Anna-Marie. Marie. A friend in town that sell it. Nice. Good night to you, eh? Yeah, right. Good night to you. Good night to your daughter. Good night to all the other people that are selling around you and think they too. Right. Good night. I know you're listening. Bala. Good night, Papa. Good night as well to you, my good friend Fluffy. Fluffy, you and the wife, man. A special good night to both of you. I must big up the Fluffy. Ram. I know you're listening to, boss. Good night to all of you. 4407377. That's 4407377. That's the number to call. Somebody, listen, I'm hearing now that GIS sent out a release saying that a minister gonna be acting as the prime minister. That is Mr. Cornwall, and I've shown you the press release when Mr. Cornwall left the island yesterday. So, so they sent out a release this morning saying that Mr. Cornwall going to be acting as prime minister, not realizing Mr. Cornwall gone out. And again, I'm not blaming GIS. I'm blaming who in charge of GIS. They have a minister in charge. They have a press secretary who they work along with. That's who he come from. Don't blame GIS. They just said anything to them and tell them thing. Leave GIS staff alone. I'm blaming who I have to blame. 4407377. You can call me direct. You can call me on WhatsApp. I realize I missed a couple call on WhatsApp. They only give me a call back. 4407377. Those are the numbers for you to call and get on the inside. Right now, we have a prime minister who have guts and he have belly and he doing the things now. Yeah, he doing the things now. I wonder if I had that one, boy. Yeah. You understand? You have guts and you have belly. So they're making sure they're doing the things now, not later. Yeah. Let me hear what you have to say, man. Let me hear.
Something before I end. Some administration, they are afraid to take the tough decisions early. But we are not afraid. That is why our Prime Minister said he's going to transform Market and Board. I understand the Lagoon Road. Was there to be worked on before, but they had no guts. They had no belly. I heard the Wall Street had to be, idea was being, was there for the Wall Street to be transformed, but they had no guts. They have no belly. Listen, we have belly and we have guts, and we are going to take the tough decision, right? And we are going to do it early. And you know why early? Let me tell you why early, right? Because some people would not buy into it early. But if you give them chance for them to see it and for the thing to materialize, then we will get buy-in.
Yeah, they have guts and they have belly, and there is the prime minister right now. 440, excuse me, clear the box. 4407377. Let's go to the phone lines. Hello, good night. Hello. Good night, caller. You're alive. Go right ahead.
Good night. The one who have guts and belly. I want to know how soon the court will be ready in Granance, because I feel like nothing going on.
Ask Pastor. You remember it used to have a column in the papers called Ask Pastor?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we have to ask Pastor.
All we've seen is gravel and dust, gravel and mud.
Well, let's see. The Christmas season is fast approaching, and that facility is usually used for different activities around that time. So let's hope it's completed before then.
Best to leave it like that, because people used to go in the afternoon and do a little exercise and play a little tennis and stuff. But now, I don't know.
Right.
So I hope he will do something about it.
Yes, indeed.
Because he have guts and belly. Have a good night.
All right, my dear.
Bye.
Well, all you does say all kind of things. All you mean that the man can't sell saltfish this weekend. Some kind of listeners, all you mean the man can't sell saltfish this weekend. So, all you mean we go have a prime minister that's selling saltfish over the weekend. I hope you know what it 440-737. Oh God, I'm sure I call again. 440-7377. Oh my goodness. Yeah, man. Right, okay. I promised somebody I'd have played a song for them, We have roughly 13 minutes remaining. Well, you're out of order and disrespectful. I mean, the Prime Minister selling saltfish this weekend. But while we talk about all these issues, I want to make sure that over this weekend, we remember that here in Grenada, our government has refused to pursue a case where you, the Grenadian people, had an excellent chance of winning. And I don't know what's taking place with my live there. I see it freeze for a minute there and come back and all kind of thing. Hey, behave yourself, Dana. We're going on the internet inside here tonight now. Behave yourself. Mr. Internet, behave yourself. I'm not sure what's going on with the internet. All of a sudden, it's giving some problems. Yeah, as soon as I talk about who wet the saltfish to go and sell for this weekend. As long as they don't jog in the saltfish in the Prime Minister's vehicles. Yeah? We don't want the PM1 and PM2. We don't want those vehicles smelling of saltfish. So do not take the Prime Minister's vehicle and go and sell saltfish this weekend. That's all we had to say in relation to that. All right? Nice. 440-7377. That's 440-7377. All you have no behavior. 440-7377. Please, folks. They would do things and they would say things to throw us off of the issues. Yeah? And while I've not spoken much about it tonight, because I fully intend to delve deeper into those issues during next week, and especially having guests delving into those issues, we have to understand here that when you hear what Mr. Richard Duncan was saying, there are now 214 people whose collective investment in the Kimpton by Kawana project numbers $56 million. Yeah, just a little over that, but roughly $56 million that Mr. Richard Duncan, who is the chair of the CBI board and was also on the committee that made the decision that this is the direction government should go, at least that's what they say, that money has to be paid back to those 214 individuals now, and they get to keep the passport that they spend that money to have. Now, if you go to the passport office, you have to pay your money and you get your passport, isn't it? Right. There's a situation like they let you keep your passport and they call you in and they say, hey, the $235 for the passport, come back and take your money. But you could keep the passport, but look back your money. In fact, not look back at $250, Hey, look back $500 and keep the passport. That is no problem. You could use your passport and so. Now, as Grenadians, that doesn't ever happen with us, but that is happening with these individuals. Yeah? They now have the opportunity to keep their Grenadian passport, but receive the money that they spent plus interest and damages. And remember, there are some that pay $350,000 and there are some that pay $250,000. And those people will be getting, and hey, I'm not talking EC here, we ain't talking EC, we ain't talking EC. We're talking us. Let me just get clear, we're not talking EC, we're talking us. So these people have to be repaid over $56,000. Yeah, they have to be repaid. They have to get that back. Right? And the process to find out how much exactly you have to repay them, according to Mr. Duncan, hasn't even begun yet. We've got a call online. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello? Okay, it seems as though we lost that caller. Let's see if we get them back here. Let's try again. Hello, good night.
Hi, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
Hi, I have a quick question. I want to know who is really the Attorney General for Grenada, because when I listen to all the different things that's going on with the Kimpton Kiwana Bay Hotel judgment and settlement and the passport which was sold, the 2,100. I'm a little bit baffled. Who is advising, who giving legal advice in this regard? Because
bro, hold on. You see, again, you are making the mistake expecting excellence in places where it does not exist. We don't have an attorney general. What we have is a clerk corporal. We don't have an attorney general. We have a clerk corporal. But go right ahead.
Well, I'm sitting here with a few friends, and we drinking something, and it's not nothing much because we're listening to the program, and the program is very interesting. And those are persons who told me before the election that they had confidence that the tight shirt and the white pants and whatever it is, persons who are going to be running for election as were capable. But as far as they're turning them out now, they're telling me definitely they're apologizing. They're apologizing that they're sorry that they made the statement that they were competent. They're realizing that even the PM, who some saw as an astute lawyer, is coming out to be one of the most done person as leader. Where is the leadership? I mean, I heard the other callers and it made me angry at one point, and it makes me very, very emotional for the people of Grenada. Our people do not deserve that. We are a special type of people. Why do we have to endure such, kind of a detrimental treatment? It's like back to the slave ship again. I mean, come on, the level of humiliation the country is going through right now. We lost prestige. We lost prestige, and when the new National Party goes back into office, they have a lot of work to do. They're trying to screw up things all over the place because, as far as I understand, there's a new set of things going to happen again, a new set of changes within the public service with the PSs and bro, is a lot of things.
Yeah, things are already in train for that one. Mm-hmm. Things are already in train for the changes with the PSs. Things are already in train for that one.
Yeah. And we heard nothing. Again, too, as you saying that with the even with the minister who knocked the child down over the last 2 weekends ago, we heard nothing about it. I wonder if it's because they are entitled.
What I would say,
they become above the law.
What I would say is that there was a press conference. Was it yesterday or the day before? There was a press conference by the Royal Grenada Police Force. The question was posed, and the person who responded on the panel said they don't know nothing about that. They haven't been informed about that.
I guess this has we gone back to the days when we sent telegrams. So apparently they didn't receive the message yet. The memo ain't get to them yet. That the people are very, very concerned about such a development.
Was you young? Were you know about telegram and telex and them thing? You are a little child.
we want to know what is happening, because if you knock the child down, you didn't even pull brakes to say, well, you stop the distance, you stop from that. You have half the road. The other person, oncoming driver, which is either a bicycle or because of two-way traffic, have the next half of the road. You got into the other person's space and lick them down, and still you have your supporters bawling out, shouting that a child, an innocent child, who is now injured and life hangs in a balance, I could say, still.
And here's what I'd say. As I've said, I didn't even deal with that issue much because I thought that if someone like me started speaking about it extensively, it would start to shade it too much in the yellow and green and so on and politics, when the focus should be the child. who the mother the mother has disclosed has a medical condition that makes the situation he is in right now even more precarious. Have people been reaching out saying, young lady, can I help you in some form or format? Or are people just out there saying, well, run, wicked, and run this? Who cares about run? Yeah, whatever happen at the end of the day, God going to deal with he. But is anyone reaching out to the mother and saying, how can we help?
And he could be paralyzed.
Yeah.
The child could be paralyzed for life. And you're looking at that, it's just like cutting, you know, a child's life off. That's important. This is an important matter, and I think this is something that as a prime minister, as a leader of his gang, he needed was to sit down in a press conference or sit down with some sort of sanctions, some sort of a disciplinary action need to be done. Either he needs to get off the road because first it's understood that he was driving way before he really got a license.
That's what tongue say.
In a case like this, we want to know, are you going to put up this sort of shady character up for office, public office again? Are you going to bring them to the Grenadian people and tell us that he is worthy? He has done. He could have done the most things, but what about the wrongs that he has done? That would be etched into the minds of the Grenadian public.
Mm-hmm. My brother, quickly running out of time. It was wonderful having you on.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
All right, same to you.
All right. Stay safe. Bye.
Yes, folks, we're quickly running out of time. I won't be able to take any more calls, but I will say this. Our government has done something that is, I don't think any other reasonable government anywhere within our region, and I'm not even going to look outside of the region, any other reasonable thinking government would do. But we have heard the words of the Prime Minister that he is willing to accept money from CBI investors for his political organization. So we are left to wonder. We ain't seen no receipts. We wasn't there when any money passed hand. But we are left to wonder if, in this instance, that there is some sort of payback taking place. We are left to wonder. The chatters on the streets, the chatters on the bus, the chatters on the farm, the chatters on the beach, everywhere. The people who are chatting are asking those questions if this is a form of political payback. And the same goes for many other moves that we are seeing taking place right now, be it with the acquisition or purchase of properties and the relationship between the people either occupying or owning those properties and the sitting Prime Minister of Grenada, Carriacou and Petit Martinique, and we ain't mean the man that sell the saltfish. We're talking about the one that is out of the island right now, right? So we have to ask ourselves the question, because remember, they for themselves say, follow the money. If you realize people have come in office and they're acting in a particular way, follow the money. Who helped fund their campaign and the big rallies and all that sort of thing? Follow the money. Some people, without knowing it, have been prophetic in relation to letting you know exactly what it is they may be doing, or they might be doing, or possibly they are doing at this point in time. Folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points this week. It has been wonderful being here with you. And of course, in everything you say and do, we want to speak to and with you and not about you. And remember to like and share. Like and share. We got to get the likes up. We got to get the shares up. And of course, I love each and every one of you. My name is Sheldon Scott. I am out until Monday. Yeah, they could bring the press conference and with us. Until Monday, God's willing, we'll be back with more Talking Points for you. And I wonder which one we're going out on tonight. Yeah. We're going out with that one, man. Yeah, we playing a song for a certain minister. We're going to that one.
Drunk and balling out, boy. Drunk and balling out, boy. Drunk and balling out, boy.
Already arrange a thing with them steel man. Make sure they don't contact social woman. Cause when you get a take to the street, it's only what it is I must see. In the dance all are willing, anywhere in this country. In the dance all are willing, anywhere in this country. Young and balling out boy, 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 boy, boy. Special warning. Give me plenty room when I pass it. Me boy and me head so bad in me hand. Man, this year go be grand. On the dance all are willing, anywhere in this country. All in the dance all are whining,